I'm going to be talking about my buggy trip to Mamas and Papas to basically buy my first buggy. I am midway through my pregnancy. I'm just about to enter my third trimester, and this is the first time that I'd had to buy something expensive for the baby. So I thought it'd be really helpful because I think there is a lot to talk about. There's also so much information out there. It can be very overwhelming and there's so much to choose from. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to go through kind of every consideration that we made, other considerations that other people need to make, and then also just go through the buggy that we ended up choosing. So I first decided to do a buggy appointment after being recommended for an appointment by my friends who are also expecting babies. I have very much been dreading the buggy situation, just because one, I know how expensive they can be, and two, just how overwhelming it can be. We are very lucky. We're in a very fortunate position that we were gifted the buggy, our first buggy, by my husband's parents. So my parents-in-law said to us, as a kind of like gift to your new baby, we are happy to buy your first buggy. And we're very lucky to be in a position where they have a very good financial situation, so that we can do that, and we had the opportunity to buy something that we wanted. Now, if I didn't have this opportunity, I would 100% be looking at secondhand buggies. There are pros and cons to that. So number one is the fact that you don't have the warranty. Number two, you don't know how long that buggy can last. And maybe it has kind of like an internal flaw or fault that could affect the longevity of the buggy. And three, you don't know what it was used for previously. Like, was it used for different terrains when it's not a different terrain type of buggy? Has it been mistreated? Different things like that. But the pros to that is you're saving loads of money. So, for example, let's say you spend £100 on a buggy and that lasts you 1 year. I think that's fair, like if maybe it has been a bit worn out, but it's lasting you a year, it's probably worth £100. It is just a buggy, and you're not taking that massive financial risk. If you decide that you don't like it, you can always go and buy another one. And then three, there are so many secondhand buggies out there that you can choose from. I think even £100 is generous. Like, somebody was offering me £70 for a buggy, a 3-piece set buggy, which was really well represented brand, and I think they were going to charge me something like £50 to £70. So you do have to look, you do have to have a little look around if you don't have the financial ability to buy an expensive buggy. But if you do, this video is more aimed at you, because then you can really consider what you're looking for, and the types of budgets that you should be expecting when it comes to buying your first buggy or buying your next buggy. The first thing that we did is we were actually recommended a buggy from my sister-in-law. It's not the buggy that she's got, it's a buggy that she wished that she'd got, because all of her friends recommended it, and it's just through experience we learn these things. So we went into our buggy appointment with an idea of what type of buggy we wanted. Now, I'm just going to take a quick step back. What is a buggy appointment? So, a buggy appointment is where you go into somewhere like John Lewis or Mamas and Papas, and you book an appointment in advance, and they basically have some sort of staff member. I don't know if they're a buggy specialist. Who knows? But they obviously know a lot about buggies, and they talk you through the buggies. They ask you a few questions, and then they decide to tailor your appointment to the buggy that matches you best, essentially. So we looked at going to John Lewis in Bluewater, but it was booked up big time. So if you are looking at buggies, make sure you book these up in advance, because the slots can become far and few between. And then the next option we had was our local Next had a Mamas and Papas section in the store. Actually, not our local Next, Sam's parents' local Next. So we decided to book that one, and that's specifically Mamas and Papas. That was really straightforward. You just look online and book your appointment. They gave me a call about 2 weeks before, and then just basically asked like what type of things I'm looking for. and other things, like if it was just a buggy or were there other things that we were interested in. And we mainly said that we're just interested in a buggy and a car seat. So when we got there, we were able to meet with the young lady who was showing us around and showing us the buggies. And her first question to us was, what type of terrain will you be using the buggy on? And for us, great question. We are going to be using the buggy for everything. So that's long dog walks. It could be things on pavement, but it could be on gravel, could be on stone. And we wanted something that was a bit more robust than kind of your non all-terrain type buggies. So once we decided that, she showed us the kind of cheapest option, which I believe, well, she said was the cheapest option, which was the Mamas and Papas Occaro, I don't know how to say it, Occaro buggy. We'd also mentioned that we'd been recommended it, so she did show it to us anyway. And we just had a look at that. So visually, pretty much all buggies look the same, in my opinion, unless you're really picky with aesthetics. They don't really make that much of a difference. We just want something that's going to last long, and that's also going to last us other children down the line, because we do plan on having other children and we don't want to have to keep buying buggies because, as I said, they are expensive, and I will get onto prices later on. The next really important thing for us was the weight of the pram, because I do not want to have to feel like I can't be bothered to put it in the car when I'm going away with baby, and just that whole idea of having to lift it up into the boot and take it down and all of that faff, I really can't be bothered with. So the weight and the ease of dismantling it was really important. So that was the next stage that we focused on. We looked at how we could change the seats from like I can't remember what they're called now, from like the seat to the car seat to the sleeper thingy, and also just how to fold it up and then lift it up as well. And now it is heavy, it's not like the lightest option out there. Sam's parents were with us and they said it's not as light as their one, but obviously theirs isn't being used for all of these different things that we're doing, and all of kind of the different accessories that are involved with this specific pram. My next question now, I actually pre-prepared the questions. So if you do want to do that, please do that. I had them all on notes on my Google Notes, and I just basically went through that as I was going through the appointment. So we also asked about buggy board. As I said, we want more children, so we want the ability to put a buggy board on the back of the buggy, and this buggy does specifically have the ability to add a buggy board. I did a bit of research into buggy boards. Obviously, I'm not at that stage yet where I need one, but most are quite general and they're they fit all types of buggies. You do have to be really careful with the types of buggy boards that you're looking at though, so just be aware of that. The next thing which was really important to us was the car seat. So we wanted an all-in-one package type agreement, and so we spent a lot of time looking at the car seats and the different car seat options that would fit within the buggy frame. So there were two options, kind of like a more expensive option, and then there was the Cloud T. The Cloud T is the one that we went for. The Cybex, I think it was a Cybex model or a Maxi Cozy model that was a bit more expensive but heavier. And there were a few different things with that. So the more expensive one had the twisty mechanism where you can twist the chair, put the baby in, but it also had a pull-out mechanism, and that was £50 more on the package that we were looking at. However, we didn't feel like we needed the pull-out, and two, there was another reason, maybe I'll remember later, whereas the other one was just the twisty thing. It was also more aesthetic, actually, the Cloud T than the other one, in my opinion. So, yeah, and just ease of use as well. So, that was it. I remember. The other one only lasted up to, I think, about 12 months. So a 12-month-year-old baby. The Cloud T lasts up to 24 months. So that was really important, kind of the longevity of the type of car seat that you're choosing. We went for the cheaper option. It was only £50 cheaper, and that was one that was more so suited to us. Some questions that I think would be really recommended are what ages is the buggy suitable for, and the car seat. So obviously the car seat that we've chosen is suitable depending on the baby and the size of the baby, of course, up to 2 years old. However, the buggy will possibly take us up to a 4 to 5 year old. So that will last a lot longer depending on the size of the baby. And that was really important to us because, as we said, we don't want to have to keep buying new buggies. Our next element of interest was the storage space. Now, storage space for me is really important. I like to carry things around. I like to be prepared. I don't want to have to buy things while I'm out. So the undercarriage storage was really good compared. We did have a look at other buggies, and this one was really good compared to a few others. Even the more expensive options, that storage space was better. This buggy in particular didn't have like an attachment for a rucksack or a handbag on the handles. Other ones did, so just be aware of that. And the woman we spoke to wasn't sure whether there was a specific one for that buggy or not, or whether we could just use any type of kind of like hook attachment, because especially because of the weightage, you don't want the bag to pull the buggy down when the baby's not in there. So it's just things to be aware of. We had a lot of storage space underneath, so that really worked for us. Yeah. We also asked about warranty. So if we bought from Mamas and Papas, it was a 5-year warranty, which was great. And that's really important, I think, especially when you're spending so much money. And then finally, looking at waterproof covers. If you're buying from Mamas and Papas, most buggies do come with waterproof covers, just as part of the package. Moving on to the next bit, which is really important. So which is price. And I will come back to waterproof covers because we have actually bought our set online rather than buying it directly from Mamas and Papas. And the reason for this is because we have saved a chunk of money. So we went and bought the Mamas and Papas Occaro 7/8 piece cloud tea travel system in Hunter Green. Now, I'm just going to break that down. So obviously it's a Mamas and Papas brand. The type of buggy is the Occaro, and it's a 7/8 piece. We've gone for the 8 piece. And we've gone for a cloud tea travel system. So the travel system is basically which car seat you go for, and that we've decided the cloud tea system. And the colour we've gone for is Hunter Green. Now the reason we've gone for Hunter Green is for 2 reasons. When we were in the shop, they were charging £1,050 for the Hunter Green. It was on like essentially a sale that they were operating, and it was a choice between the Everest Green, like a dark. Like a light greyish colour, and another light colour. Now, yes, they're pretty, but they're not practical for us. We have a dog. We're going to be taking the buggy out into the rain and into muddy situations. So we wanted a dark colour. In an ideal world, we would have gone for black, but the difference was £1,500 just for a different colour product. So we just thought we don't want to spend £500 on just a different colour. We did go back home and we did have a look. We found the green one again online for £854 on Baby's Mart, and we've actually decided to buy that. So we're waiting for that to come in the post. With that specific product, it is definitely worth shopping around online because there are different prices and different marketplaces and different stores. Just to summarise, if we went for like the top level price, you're looking at £1,500. We managed to go when they had a sale on running until the end of February, which was £1,050, but we actually managed to get the product for £854.05 online. So please do your shopping. Do. I'm also not sure whether this comes with a waterproof cover. Now that's why I wanted to come back to this. If it doesn't come with a waterproof cover, it's not the end of the world. You can get them on Amazon for about £12 to £15. So don't make that like a main criteria for you. I live in the UK and it rains a lot, so waterproof covers are a massive consideration. But yeah, that's basically what it looks like. Some other things that I just want to summarise about buggies that you may want to consider are the material that you're using. So is it washable? Can you take parts of the buggy out? And is it possible to put them in the washing machine? Number 2 is the colour. Obviously, if you like a nice beige colour, then great, good for you. Hopefully you live in a sunny place where it doesn't rain and you have a clean and tidy baby and you're not going out on crazy walks like us. That's great for you. They look beautiful. They're really nice. Go and choose that. If you're more practical and you're looking for a buggy that you can get dirty without it looking horrendous, then maybe go for a black or a dark colour. For this specific model, the darkest colours we could find were the green and the black. And then finally, it's just the other things like the accessories. So in our specific buggy bundle, we have got a carry cot, changing bag, a foot muff, adapters so you can adapt the car seat, a universal cup holder, and the like frame itself and the car seat, and then the base. So the base is also optional, so you definitely need to look at the bundles when you're looking at buying them, and the type of the base that you need to match the car seat that you're buying. I just had a look at the prices, and we bought ours for £850. Today you can buy it for £739. So it's definitely worth looking at different times of day, different kind of times of day. We looked on a Saturday. I assume they up their prices on a Saturday just because they have more foot flow through the website. Whereas today you haven't probably got people at 12:45 on a Wednesday looking. So yeah, some massive savings there if you are looking at saving. Now, obviously this is very much based on the Mamas and Papas Occaro. The next option up was a significant jump from a price perspective. It had a smaller storage space, but it was pretty much exactly the same product, just a different brand. Okay, so definitely have a look at different brands. Make sure that you decide on exactly what you're looking for and what you kind of need from your buggy. Everybody is different. A lot of people go for the eye candy peach, which is another option, more expensive than this, but it's not for all terrains. It's more of an aesthetic buggy. So I know that a lot of my friends have also got that one. It might also be a little bit lighter. So definitely shop around, have a look, and look online. That would be my biggest giveaway, is to have a look at price comparison sites, because buggies are expensive and we went for a cheap one. So imagine how expensive they can be on top of that.